Hi, I'm Ellen. I'm doing the morning devotional for our 21 days of prayer and fasting. I am focusing on women of the Bible who have prayed, that you can actually hear their prayers in the scripture and see their lives and just learn from an example of what they have done in the past and what we can do in the present. And so I'm going to jump into the story of Hannah in 1 Samuel. And just to give you a little bit of background, Hannah is really, really upset because she doesn't have a son. She doesn't have any children. And she is going to Shiloh, where the tabernacle, the tent of meeting, where people back then would meet with the Lord's presence, and the high priest and the priest would be there. And she was going to Shiloh to go to the presence of the Lord and to pray that the Lord would give her a son. And while she is there, she is wailing, she is weeping, she is lamenting, she is crying out in travail because she so deeply wants a son. She wants to have a child. And we're going to jump into verse 12. As she continued praying before the Lord, Eli observed her mouth. Hannah was speaking in her heart. Only her lips moved, and her voice was not heard. Therefore, Eli took her to be a drunken woman. And Eli said to her, "How long will you go on being drunk? Put your wine away from you." But Hannah answered, "No, my Lord, I am a woman troubled in spirit. I have drunk neither wine nor strong drink, but I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord." And later on, we find out that the Lord hears her prayer. God gives her a son, and that's Samuel. And then she dedicates Samuel back to the Lord, that when he became a weaned child, she brought him back to the tent of meeting to Eli, the priest, and gave him to Eli to raise him up in the presence of the Lord. And Samuel becomes this prophet, this great man of God, becomes a prophet of God that hears God's voice and brings that message to God's people, specifically to David, who becomes the king of Israel, the second king of Israel, but the one that the Lord chose to have a Davidic covenant with him to bring the promise that there was going to be a Messiah king after him that would rule and reign forever, and that is Jesus. But to go back to Hannah, she is pouring out her soul before the Lord. And so I just want to encourage you today, if there is a deep longing deep down inside of you for something that the Lord has put that is good, that you should be like Hannah and bring your troubles, bring your desires to the Lord. And as we delight ourselves in the Lord, He will give us the desires of our heart. And sometimes He is the one that transforms our heart to have the desires that He wants us to have. But in this moment, in this testimony, it was that the Lord wanted to give a son to Hannah to be a man of God. And so just encourage you today, just weep before the Lord, lament before the Lord, look crazy before the Lord, because He actually hears you, and He doesn't want you just to be stoic if that is not who He made you to be, but He wants you to be everything that He has created you to be, which is to be present with Him in this moment. Bless you.